Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Everybody's asking who's the better fit for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're like, would you go after Jimmy Butler or would you go after Paul George? Now LeBron James has made it known that I want Paul George. That's the kind of guy I want to go after. I think they have a much better rapport than what Jimmy Butler and LeBron James have. So that being said, it makes sense for them to go after Paul George. But at the end of the day, to me, it doesn't make any difference. Both guys are, first of all, they give you good effort on defense. They're top defensive guys on the wing. You can't ignore that. They play great defense. Only problem with both guys, which they mirror each other very closely, they're volume shooters. One day, Jimmy Butler could give you 9 points in a game. The next game, he give you 43. Paul George is no different. Paul George could give you 27 points, but he goes 7 for 27. He goes 4 for 20. Both of these guys play the same way in my opinion. They play good on defense. They're both leaders on the court, but you get the same issue that LeBron's trying to avoid. They're both volume shooters, just like Kyrie Irving. So that being said, they can't help LeBron James take a load off on defense, but you're not going to really get much playmaking in my estimation from both of them. They're both can make plays, but a lot of times if you watch them during the playoffs, it's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. One game in these past playoffs, Jimmy Butler had like 9 points. He had like 6 turnovers. Paul George is a turnover machine, especially when he goes one-on-one. He takes a lot of tough threes. In the Cleveland series, you saw it. He took a lot of tough threes, and he was able to make them sometimes. But at the end of the day, when you're going up against an elite defense like the Golden State Warriors, let's just say if you get to the finals and the Warriors get to the finals, you can't take those fadeaway threes and all this other stuff. And the thing about those guys is, like, after a while, they just keep shooting and forget about everybody else. So it's kind of a dangerous game Cleveland is playing. And this is kind of scary for me for Cleveland because Cleveland is very, very desperate to get in this Paul George, Jimmy Butler sweepstakes. They're very, very desperate. I feel like their team, the way it's constructed, they could make another run. They just have to get a better bench and get some other guys that could, help get LeBron and Kyrie a blow. I don't think it was a big gap, but they could close the gap with role players. I feel like a lot of what got underestimated in the NBA Finals was Andre Iguodala came off the bench, Game 5, 20 points. Sean Livingston was coming off the bench, scoring. Like, everybody, David West had positive impact. Cleveland's bench was non-existent. So to go out and try to just get rid of love for Jimmy Butler or Paul George, you're just inviting more problems because those guys need the ball. Like, it's not like they play a lot of off ball. Kyrie needs the ball. LeBron needs the ball. You bring in a third guy like Paul George who needs the ball, and you're not really thinking about that like that. You're asking for trouble. And a lot of people like Chris Broussard, they're saying, well, LeBron's saying, come in, do your thing, do your thing. How is he going to do his thing when LeBron is pounding and dribbling the air out of the basketball? Same thing with Kyrie. Kyrie's dribbling air out of the basketball. The fact that they were able to take Kevin Love out of Kevin Love's game. Kevin Love doesn't need like a ton of touches. He just needed a few touches in the post, maybe 3 or 4 touches, and they couldn't even get him that. Paul George needs 20 to 30 shots a game. Who's going to stop shooting? Not Kyrie, not LeBron. So I don't know. Like, same thing with Jimmy Butler. Matter of fact, Jimmy Butler would be a better fit in that regard for the simple fact that he doesn't need that many shots because he gets a lot of his shots in transition and just get into the basket off of deflections and stuff like that. He's lower maintenance than Paul George. Like, I feel like Paul George is a guy that needs a lot of shots, and I don't think he's understood how to be a leader quite yet because when he had the whole David West, Roy Hibbert, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals and they couldn't get past the hump, and they had leads in those series against the Miami Heat. And the issue was Paul George didn't know how to assert himself as a leader. When he finally became the leader of his team, they got rid of Hibbert, got rid of West, got rid of Stevenson, brought him back or whatever. Now Paul George is the absolute leader. The team got swept in the first round. So I don't know what the solution is for the Cavs. It's just odd to see them this desperate to make a move like this. This kind of tells you that if they don't make a move soon, LeBron's going to make a move for them. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction with Hoops meets Hoopla. Peace.